On August 6, 2012, Paul Roughton, Brian Dickerson, Dan Dickerson, Alan Bazard, and Jerry Tinkle climbed the South Sister. As we approached on August 5th, the rain began. There was a severe thunderstorm warning, and it was somewhat in doubt as to whether or not we were actually going to be able to camp, let alone climb, the next morning. Sitting here in Alan's car, waiting for the rain to stop, we have thunder and lightning. The saga of the 2012 South Sister climb begins.
Yeah.
Devil's Lake, August 5th, 2012. Thunder and lightning. It should pass overnight, and tomorrow for the climb should be good. Brian and Dan are in their car right there. We're afraid to set our tents up yet. More coming later. Alright, we're sitting here in Alan's car still. It is about 7:45, and we're still not having any luck with the rain. May end up sleeping in the car tonight.
That's a pretty good time.
Well,
That's really good time.
it appears that we have decided to sleep in the cars for the night because it's still raining. It's 8:30 and it's still raining, so here we are preparing to sleep in the cars.
Yeah.
We attempted to sleep in the seats of the cars starting at about 9 p.m. At about 10 o'clock, the stars came out and things cleared up. At about midnight, the moon came up and we could see a little bit, and I woke up every so often along the way. We got up about 3:15, got our boots on, and prepared to go on our journey in the dark. We got our headlamps going and filled out the paperwork for the wilderness permit, and we're on the trail hiking at approximately 4:25. The first leg of our journey was in the dark through the Devil's Lake up Devil's Hill ravine, and it is 1.5 miles, which breaks out then onto a pumice plateau at the top. Well, there's our first view of the South Sister from the pumice plateau. So, Devil's Lake trailhead, Sister Summit. Daylight on the South Sister.
Sweet home when I was at Central Catholic.
He was telling
Pumice
me,
Plateau.
you know, he was just a little kid, about 12 years old, when he got involved with track meets there under Bill Bowerman. Last spring track meet, he basically did the timing, or starter. He did the starting for the district track meet.
The sunrise was very beautiful. Pink-red sky looking to the east. Here you see Broken Top with the sun rising in the background. Now we're looking a little more southeast at Mount Bachelor. Here is a closer view of Mount Bachelor with the pink sky. This is where we just came from, coming up the plateau, and as we approach, this is where we are going, to the top of the South Sister. Well, it is now 7:35, and we are looking out across the plateau below us that we crossed earlier. Looking back towards the valley. Ridge we just came up. Mount Bachelor. So after sunrise, we decided to continue on up, and we climbed up the ridge, having to cross numerous snowfields, And as we ascended from the 7,000 foot level up to about 8,800 feet, we had to go through numerous sections with boulders and scrambles. And as you go up through there, you climb at a pretty brisk pace. This is an example of the angle, and then this is that last boulder field that goes up to the top of the False Summit Ridge.
So we are at just over 8,800 feet, and we are standing at kind of the first false summit, which is a ridge that is
Just at the end of Lewis
part
Glacier.
way up. We have a melt pond here, and we are standing here taking a break. It's taken us about 3 hours and 40 minutes to get this far. There is Broken Top, Mount Bachelor, and the Big Plateau. Now where we started was down there at the base of that ridge coming up right there. And it's about 1.5 miles up to that point.
I think that spray is really effective, Paul.
You think it worked?
I'm not experiencing anything on my legs, and they were biting before that.
Yeah, I'm not having any problems either at this point.
They don't seem to be up here, though, at this point, do they? We had a couple on them right when we got here.
Yeah, there's a few around. Mosquitoes.
The final ascent from the melt pool up starts at 8,800 feet. You have to go around the melt pool and start up around the edge of the glacier. And there's a steep ridge that goes right along that edge that you have to climb. This is all loose red lava rock, and you climb up through there, and eventually you get up past the ridge, and you're just on the side of the very top of the mountain in a scree field that is all loose red lava rock. As you climb this, it's very steep and somewhat slow going. You can get to the top. And so we did that. We kind of split up a little as we were approaching the summit, and Dan and Jerry summited before we did. Up at the top you have a snowfield that you have to cross, and then you can walk around the edge of the crater and you get wonderful views from there on up. And you also have a short distance to get to the very summit of the South Sister.
Okay.
Jerry and Dan summited first, followed by Brian, and Alan and I eventually made it up to the top. We sat down and had lunch where the views were spectacular, and then decided to go to the final summit. The summit has a beautiful 360-degree view, and over 10,000 feet, things are gorgeous.
top of South Sister. We already walked up to the very peak up there behind me. And so we're where we are. There's Alan and Brian.
And walk a little less on the snow.
Hey, Brian.
Looking down at where we have to go. This is the descent down the scree field, heading back down.
The descent actually in many ways is harder than coming up. It's very steep and the scree is very slippery. You've got a lot of loose rock, and going downhill you're constantly holding yourself back. Eventually we were finally back at Moraine Lake. We still had about 2 miles to go to get back down to the cars, but looking back at the mountain, it was a nice accomplishment, and it looked like it was a long ways that we had actually come, and we eventually finished the hike in about 10 hours total from beginning to end.